Sup dogs, I'm Kusky the Husky, and today we're doing a different kind of video. I do have my volume on, right? If not, I'll just redo my okay now. Okay, so today I'm gonna do a little bit of a different video than usually. We're gonna be talking about Gigantamax Charizard and all the other Gigantamax forms and how I feel about them, what I think their competitive biases and stuff, and so forth. So a lot of people talk about the doubles format because they're like big VGC if we're talking about the competitive. I'm a singles player. I like to just play draft league format. Like that's my way of doing things. So, I'm just going to talk about how I feel about that. Alright, so number one, we have Charizard is the first one I chose. So number one, this thing looks sick. That's one thing I like. I really like the Inferno wings and stuff on it. I like the logos on its stomach and stuff. Kind of like diamonds or leaves. Don't know exactly what those are supposed to represent. However, I'm interested in it. Seems like a pretty good fire flying type. And then its Gmax move, Gmax Wildfire is pretty good. It will set up a fire spin. Yeah, so it's Gmax Wildfire. So it's like, let's say like it's Inferno Overdrive plus fire spin. And you can fire it off like 3 times, which is just busted, but only 3 times because you will revert. But like you can fire, like, you know what I mean. So honestly, this just might make Charizard another really heavily drafted Pokemon in draft league format. I would definitely consider drafting it myself, not only because it's really good, it just looks sick, so I'd enjoy using it. I actually did recently, I really do like Charizard. It was one of my playthrough Pokemon, and I recently did get a shiny Charizard in Pokemon Let's Go. I found a wild shiny Charmander while Ekans hunting. Overall, and the ability being mystery marks is really interesting. Because it could be Blaze, which would be boring, but then they can also throw Solar Power in, which would be interesting. Or maybe they can even throw Drought. Well, they can't throw Drought in because that would be busted, and we didn't see the Sun set up when it used Wildfire. So it may very well be Tough Claws, but then with Wildfire, it might be Solar Power. That could be a thing. Alright, so next up we have Butterfree. Butterfree was not something I was expecting, as earlier in the day I had figured out that 4 of them have been leaked. The Eevee, the Pikachu, the Charizard, and the Meowth, which were interesting. And then I saw, so this thing was kind of a surprise to see. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, there's Gigantamax Butterfree too. And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. A lot of people think it's supposed to represent Mothra as to, continue, just to continue like there. There's been a rumor for a while that started in one of the older Sword and Shield info talks, way back. And one of the people who was a brand new worker there, started shouting out, Godzilla King and the Monsters. It's a phone going off. Godzilla King and the Monsters. So there's been a lot of prospects saying that, that there was going to be Gigantamax forms to represent all of them. So I guess Charizard can technically, I don't think it represents Godzilla, which a lot of people said it would be. Some people say Tyranitar. There was a lot of prospect about Volcarona being Mothra, but it looks like if there is a Mothra, we got Butterfree instead, which is interesting. Let's look up. Yeah, the Dex is interesting, by the way. I like how it says, the wings are hotter than magma, and you can fire them off to scorch opponents. That is sick. It's amazing. This one, can lift a 10-ton truck just by flapping. Pretty cool. I like its design. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. And it looks like it's going to be pretty powerful. And then it's Gmax move, Gmax Befuddle, which is Stun Spore mixed with Buganium Z. Yeesh, that's pretty good. That's busted. So, like, it can, I mean, the one thing is that you're usually, like, it's a one way to put multiple opponents to sleep at once if you're lucky. You can also paralyze opponents. Poison's probably the worst, but you still get to whittle it down. So you can bring, like, a status move, for example, Quiver Dance. Like, your set can be Quiver Dance, Psychic. I feel like the most viable set with this is going to be Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, Air Slash, Psychic. Because then you get Befuddle. Then you have whatever the flying one, which I don't exactly know what that's called. Nor do I know what I could probably look it up somehow. It's probably somewhere here on Cerebi. If so, I'll just post it in the comments. And the Psychic one, which is pretty interesting. And so if the fact that works, so that's pretty cool. It can have the Befuddle, the flying, and then what happens with all status moves? They turn into Max Guard, which is a move that a fighting type move, I believe. I don't exactly know. But what it does is that it protects you from and basically that would also make this thing like auto G-Fog, auto Psychic Terrain, and like the Befuddle, which is crazy. Yeah, you know what, looking at it, so it can use the Befuddle, you know, get one of the status conditions. It can use the flying type one, the psychic type one, and then what happens with it is that it uses Quiver Dance before going G-Max, so that it's actually just Quiver Dance, boosting its stats, goes G-Max, so now Quiver Dance turns into Max Guard because it's a status move, and what it can do is that if it poisons it with Befuddle, it can just protect and toxic stall and poison stall it for a turn or two. Like, it's basically, you go, you cause one thing, you either paralyze and sweep, sleep and sweep, or, I also think if you don't want to go for the poison, what you can do is kind of, because there's a 2/3 chance you don't get poison. If you don't want poison and you just want to use it in the last turn so that they can sleep, if they fall asleep, you could just quit because there's a 1/3 chance of getting that. You literally just start, you know, Quiver Dancing up, and while they're asleep, and then you win with like a Tinted Lens Butterfree, or not Tinted Lens, Compound Dice Butterfree. So I actually think that this thing's gonna be very viable, and I am super excited for it. Also, Butterfree, man, Beedrill got the Mega, Butterfree got the Gigantamax. Which one will be better? Because Mega Beedrill was really cool, and I enjoyed using my shiny Mega Beedrill in multiple battles against Mew 7. And, yeah, he didn't live them. Also, I do once again, have a little bit of leftovers Butterfrees. I do have a shiny Butterfree, and let's go. I don't have a shiny Pikachu. I've gotten a lot of shiny Eevees, and then, like, shiny Meowth I don't have. I'm thinking about hunting for one. So we also have, Gigantamax Pikachu next. This is actually I'm pretty interested in. Unfortunately, I do not have Let's Go Pikachu. Fortunately, they have a copy coming in and out of my local library, so I'm just gonna rent it, play it for like a few days, just to maybe get some shinies from that file, transfer them in. You know, that would be kind of cool. Maybe and then we get the G-Max Pikachu, which is something I want. So that's the only way to get it. Which is interesting. I am excited to try and use the... Oh, and it is, like, I think they said static. I don't know if it gets Lightning Rod, but that's a hidden ability, meaning it's probably not very likely it's gonna happen. Another thing is that, a lot of moves are not going to be exclusive to this Pikachu, so, like, you can't really run Fake Out or Encore, with this Pikachu, because, well, like, Fake Out, Encore, there's probably a bunch of moves that you can't learn with this Pikachu, because of, the fact that it can't be bred, nor can it be obtain any event moves. So I believe it's impossible to get extreme speed on this, meaning because I think you can't run E-Speed and Fake Out on the same Pikachu set. I think that's just how it works. Uh, you know, so it's kind of a little bit annoying in that regard. So like, it's probably not gonna have as much unless they run like Extreme Speed or Fake Out TMs, which have never been in the game. I don't think. Then maybe they'll give it to it just because it can learn it through certain practices. Maybe to just kind of help it. And also another thing that's gonna make this thing pretty busted is not only is Gmax Volt Crash, which can cause the opponent to get paralyzed, including ground types, as we saw it paralyze the Mudsdale in the trailer, which is another way to paralyze ground types, which is pretty cool. It will deal damage to an opponent to cause them to become paralyzed. So this thing will be more viable in doubles than singles, I'd have to think. But also, it does get access to Light Ball because these things can hold items. So that's a pretty interesting tech there. And I am actually very interested in this thing. I like how it can rumble a power plant. Like honestly, these, I don't think the deck entries are as sick for the Pikachu one. But I do have Let's Go Eevee. Let's start here, actually. So let's just do Meowth for now, I guess, because that's next in the line. Meowth is actually, by the way, the Pikachu, I kind of like how it's the fat retro Pikachu. That was an interesting idea, and I like the tail. I love Gigantamax Meowth. A lot of people don't like it, and I do. I think it's cool how it moves. I like the glowing eyes. I like the symbol and the coin. Honestly, I think it looks pretty sick. I kind of like how it has an essence from the Team Rocket robots, referencing to the anime. For anybody who's watched that, you'll realize that the glowing eyes and stuff kind of reminds me of a Team Rocket bot Meowth, which is one reason I really like this. Just like the Pikachu, which I didn't actually mention, this was leaked in the Athletic leak, so I definitely find this really interesting. Gmax Gold Rush is good in game, not as good out of game, but still. Confusion and extra prize money. I love just using this on gym leaders, and I do get one free as its mystery gift if you purchase it before January 15th, and I bought it back in September. I pre-ordered this so fast. So, I'm ready. My body's ready. One unfortunate thing was that it is on a school day. However, I have parent-teacher conference day on that day, so I'm off, and not my brother. Meaning my turn on the Switch. Well, it's not really like a turn-based thing, but like he at least can't interrupt me on the Switch. So I just get like a free start. Pretty interesting. The giant coin can emit a torrent of Gigantamax power. So it sees skyscrapers and it sharpens its claws on them. This might be more for the evil Gigantamax. Still though, I like it. This is cool. Oh, you also have to play and receive Meowth from November 15th, January 15th. And I believe when you collect this, you also get your quick balls if you pre-ordered it. So, I'm playing the day I get this. So, that's going to be fun. Next, we have Eevee. Eevee is next. Eevee comes from the, Let's Go Eevee. And I'm going to play Let's Go Eevee. I've already played it. I forgot that game. I'm thinking about doing a video. Of course, I can't do live streams due to the new subscriber count, which is annoying. So, even though I'd love to do a live stream of me streaming for Sword and Shield, not Sword and Shield, the Let's Go Eevee, and just see me stream for shinies, as that's what I get. That's pretty interesting. Another thing, guys, I'm getting Sword. I bought Sword. I do know somebody who's getting Shield, so I plan on trading to get the Shield exclusives, and they get the Sword exclusives. So then we have the Gmax Eevee, who was revealed on the cover of Koro. Well, yes, sort of interesting. So I can get this for free, which is really interesting. I probably get the Pikachu too. The fur around its neck has become extra fluffy and luxurious thanks to Gigantamax power. I really like it. I mean, its face is just kind of cuter, and it gets the bigger mane, so it doesn't change very much. but it's still an interesting one. And Gmax Cuddle is not bad. I don't really have way too much to say about this, as feelings towards it aren't as much. Like, I don't have as much feelings towards it to the other one. So I feel like the Gigantamax, Charizard and the Butterfree are gonna be the more competitive. Pikachu's gonna be pretty competitive. I don't see the Meowth and the Eevee being as much competitive, but it might be drafted every once in a while. But who's drafting a Meowth? Now if the Aflac leak's correct, we're also gonna get a Galarian Meowth potentially, or Meowth just gets like a new evolution, which is like, I really think they're giving Meowth a lot of treatment. Pikachu and Eevee are sharing the mascot slot. Charizard's pretty famous, and then Butterfree, I think they're just trying to, show Butterfree some love. That's what they're doing. All Creamies, obviously you can't see the face very much in this picture, but I like all Creamies. The Gmax move, Final, whatever it is, I think it's Finale. Fairy type moves. It will heal all Pokemon on all Creamy's side while dealing damage to an opponent. So this is a little vague. And the berries are hard as diamonds. Wow, that's pretty cool. High calorie cream is. I love how they put the high calorie part in it. That's really interesting. I really like that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool thing. It's already for the Sweet Veil's Gmax ability, which is interesting. I can see this. I can see this. I believe it. Sweet Veil's pretty nice. Can't go to sleep. I really like the Finale thing. I think maybe a Specs Gmax All Creamy is interesting. The thing is, it will heal all Pokemon on all Creamy's side. I'm not exactly sure what this means, as if it heals everything, like on its if its allies in a double battle, it and its ally in a double battle, or if it's all of its party. And we're also not sure if it heals health or if it just heals status conditions. My prediction is it's going to be like a mix of Heal Bell and the regular one, and the attack to kind of go like Sparkly Swirl, which is Eevee's fairy type signature move from Let's Go Eevee, which I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. Like, that sounds interesting, how they're going to work with it. It's pretty interesting. So I like it. I think it's really interesting. It's gonna be pretty competitively viable, I have to say. I might draft this thing if I do a draft league with my friends on it, because this is more likely, because I'm probably gonna do this with like a few of my friends who are getting the game. 7 probably, one of my friends who I don't have a YouTube name for, or the other one either. Then we got my friend who we're going to call as Bobby the Cow. It's gonna be kind of hard to do it with Choice Spectacular, as we don't have 2 separate switches. However, I did enter A Drive's Switch Lite giveaway, so if I win that, then that's easy enough. But I didn't have to get a second copy of the game. I don't really want to do that. Maybe look at Shield, and he could just have everything on Shield, and I can do some trading with him. I don't exactly know how that would work, though. Or I could just have a friend bring their Switch over. Then again, I have to trade him a bunch of things, But then there's actually rental decks. Rental decks make that a lot easier. I really like the idea of rental decks. That's another thing that makes it a lot easier. So, that definitely also gives me a pretty good, I like Alchemy for this. I haven't read, much about the next 2, so we're gonna learn. Okay. So I kind of like how those Gmax charts, they kind of look like birds in the Corviknight one. Unfortunately, it does not get mirror armor for a Gmax thing. So that's annoying that it can't pull that off. So you either have to run it like mirror armor. Hold on, Alice. I'm in the middle of a video. Okay. I'll answer you when I'm done. Alright, so we got Corviknight here. Corviknight got the Steel Flying type, not bad. Pressure on a nerve. One thing is that if you see pressure or a nerve and not mirror armor in this thing, then you know it's going to be a Gmax set. So that's kind of one thing. It's going to be a little annoying. But there's that. It uses its massive wings to catch updrafts created by gigantamax. The armor for its wings. Okay, that's cool. Oh, so like blade birds. Oh, that's sick. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. I didn't know that. Ooh, I kind of need that. I really like Corviknight. That's a sick Gigantamax idea. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Buddy, pal, friend. I kind of need that really quickly. Somebody just give me that real quick. Can it be November 15th already? I want this game. So it's also that. Any effects, reflect, electric, spice, and electric terrain. Oh, that's so good. So imagine this thing gets like a Tapu Bulu, and they just like now they can't like let you kill them, and switch like Tapu Bulu is probably not going to be in the game. But imagine this scenario where you use it, you knock at a Bulu, and they just plan on going into their Hawlucha to sweep you with the seed. Now they can't, and you might outspeed because you might be Choice Scarf because this doesn't require items. So this could be Scarf for all we know. It can come in and outspeed the Lucha, and then it just like completely ruins your game plan. But timing when you're going to use Gmax is going to be and regular Dynamax for that matter. It's going to be really interesting. So I am super excited for this game. You know, new layer of strategy, no more Megas, no more Z-moves. Z-moves was another thing you just had to plan when to fire them off. And another thing with like Megas and stuff. But you just do this automatically, and they were pretty busted. These are still busted, but like at least it like bounces out. And then, so this is interesting. Another thing, so these Gmax and Dynamax Pokemon cannot be flinched. And, also, their moves cannot be protected. However, if, you use Max Guard and another Dynamax, it can be protected. So that's interesting. But then again, you're kind of just wasting your turn. But we were talking about the Barber earlier. Honestly, I think this thing is going to be really cool. But the Bird Blaze can slash target. Like, this is now one of my favorite things. Like, one of my favorite new Gmax, because I didn't know that Blade Burst thing. That is sick. So, let's move on to the final one, being Dreadnought. Looks pretty good. So we can have stand on its high leg and crushing the massive body. And also, ooh, man. Yeah, this thing looks pretty powerful. Ooh, it can rapidly shoot its neck out. That's pretty cool. Changes which also come out of the forces and that's really sick. So it's looking pretty cool. Water type move change into Stone Surge. Ooh. Doesn't just deal damage to your opponent, it'll shatter Star Rocks. It's a powerful move that sets up Stealth Rocks. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna use you, my friend. And I just love this design, too. Like, this is really interesting. One thing I definitely think is gonna be interesting about using this thing, in my opinion, is that, like, this thing just makes sure that even, like, Skarmory, which you're probably not gonna see in the game because of, where is he? Corviknight here. If Skarmory, you know, better example, no sturdy flying. So, like, let's just imagine a bulky Torn, you know, try and live a hit from this thing, like bulky Chardy Berry Torn. You know, it's not gonna matter if it's just trying to defog away rocks on, like, this thing, because this thing can just make sure it doesn't. And then what it can do is just fire something off, and it's a water type move. So it's a water type move that sets up Stealth Rocks. So, like, this can also work against something like, you know, give me a good, alright, so it's not super effective against Torn, but still, let's think, what things that are weak to water type get defog, or Rapid Spin could also work, Drill, for example, Excadrill, I'm pretty sure is confirmed for the game. This will be one of the best Excadrill counters who, like, I've seen Stash Rapid Spin Excadrill before. Like, just imagine this thing, like, and if it probably gets Rapid Spin, so it can try and set up its rocks. This thing prevents it from getting rid of rocks. Then it just it goes down right back to its regular form. Rapid Spins it away. It might be, like, okay when it's in its regular form. So I find this thing very interesting, and I am very interested by this thing here, and Strongjaw shell armor. Strongjaw is gonna be useless when G-maxing. So G-maxing, I feel like I use shell armor just to make sure it can be crit, which would just make this thing insanely impossible to defeat because it gets an HP boost, may get defense boost. I don't know if it gets other stat boosts, but this thing seems pretty cool. I really like it. So these guys seem pretty competitive. Well, some of them, except for like the Eevee, which Infatuation is actually not bad if you're going to inflict it while dealing damage, but it's probably pretty weak. And the Meowth is probably pretty weak too. Overall, though, these things look pretty competitive, and I am excited to use them in the next game. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Woofity woof woof woof.